Hi, this is Perry Belcher here, and I'm here to talk to you today about the Belcher button and why the Belcher button works. I mean, if you've been around internet marketing any time at all now, you've probably seen the button that you see on the screen right now. A lot of people don't use it in its entirety, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this video, because the Belcher button was really designed as a buy area. Every aspect of this buy area has been tested. So when people just use the button alone, they sometimes don't get all the benefit of the button itself. So, or the whole buy area experience itself. This buy button's been really good to me. It's made me a lot of money over the years. It's been split tested against dozens and dozens and dozens of other buttons and thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of transactions. And surely hundreds of thousands of transactions other people have done, at least thousands that I've done myself. I've recently seen the button on other marketers' sites like Frank Kern and guys like Tony Robbins, and you'll just see the Belcher button everywhere you look. So if you're wondering why is everybody using that ugly button, I'm about to explain kind of why and why it works. Okay, so I want to start off with a couple elements. The big idea, the big thing that you'll notice first about the Belcher button is that, man, is it ever ugly. It just sticks out like a turd in a punch bowl. So no matter what you're doing, it's really just sticking out there on the page. One of the big mistakes I see people make is they go out and build a nice looking web page. They want to make it look all pretty and dressy and all that. And when they get down the bottom of the page, they sort of hide the buy button or make it blend in. The last thing on earth you want to do is make your add to cart or your buy button blend in. That, you know, by the time people get to the bottom of the page, they've decided already that they want what you've got. They just want to see how much it is, make a justification in their mind that they can buy it, and then clearly have a clear path to order. The biggest mistake I see most people make is not giving people a clear path or an understanding of what to do next. And as you can tell by looking at this button, man, it is incredibly clear exactly what I want you to do next. So I'm going to go through each of the elements of the button real quickly and kind of show you some things that you really don't want to leave out. If you'll notice right here, you'll see at the top, the Belcher button text is right here at the top. That should actually be your headline. So if you've got a price, you know, you can have order whatever here. Claim your copy is always really good if you're selling printed copies. You want a call to action right here in this. You want a call to action headline just above the buy button. And that lets people know that this is where you can get the product. This is where you can get yours at. Okay. The second element you'll notice is the dashed border that goes all the way around the buy area. And this is just because people are programmed over time through mail order ads, through other things you fill out in your life, that most people put the order area in print ads inside a dashed coupon box. It's been proven time and time and time again to increase response, to increase sales. So if you can emulate what works in print online, you should. And this dashed border, this coupon border, has always increased my conversions by at least 5–10%. It's not a dramatic increase, but it certainly does help to draw the attention, to draw the eye, and there's no reason not to use it. Next thing you'll notice is just above the button I do a price drop. Regular price $2.97, today only $97, or whatever your price drop is. In this particular case, that's the price drop that I have on this product. We've tested price drops again over and over again, and using the box and the button without the price drop gets you about a 15% to 20% less response than it will if you use it with the box. So it does make a considerable difference to the result that you get. So the drop down in price, and typically speaking, a drop down of 2/3 is tested as the highest value drop down to use. Any more, any less doesn't work as well. So if you're selling a $97 product, you might want to drop down to a $27 or $37 final price. Okay, so you just want to strike a line through the retail price or the regular price, and today give them the price that they buy today if they order today. The next thing you'll notice is the button itself is the orange color sort of stands out. This one's got a little bit of a red border around it. We didn't want to make the button red, even though red is actually a little more noticeable than orange. The choice of an orange color is really paramount to the button. And even if you don't use exactly this button, you should definitely use an orange background button with navy text. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, it's the same colors that Amazon uses, and they've tested every kind of buy button imaginable. That's kind of where I started with this idea. But the thing about orange, once I started studying the colors, I found out that orange is the second most noticeable color that there is. I mean, second only to red at jumping out to the eye. But orange in psychological tests doesn't trigger the fear or danger mechanism in the brain that red does. Red can actually scare people off from buying. It's too in your face, and we're already, you know, if imagine stop signs, fire trucks, all that. We're pre-programmed to see red and go danger, danger, danger. And if you'll notice, one thing that's really cool, even down in the credit card logos, and we'll get those in a second, look at the use of orange in most of the credit card logos with the exception of American Express. So they're there to get the attention. Those symbols were there to get the attention. Hey, we take credit cards here. We'll take this credit card here. So the orange attention is great. The text, add to cart, is incredibly important. This is one of the biggest parts of the test that we ran that we were surprised. The results that we got from add to cart versus buy now, order now, other text like that was dramatic. As much as 100% increase in sales by using the text add to cart versus buy now or order now. It's sort of a passive phrase. It means the same thing. Everybody knows what it means. And all the different shopping carts you see, the normal e-commerce sites use this. So people are used to the verbiage. They like that. The navy text is kind of important too because the navy text establishes trust. So you're getting their attention. You're showing them through the blue navy text that they can trust you, and all they've got to do is hit the button and move forward. So that's the science of the button itself and why it works and why it does such a good job. Underneath the button, you'll notice that I've got, this actually is not a hyperlink, but it's made to look like a hyperlink. I've got an add to cart underlined in reflex blue, or the color that HTML normally makes links. Okay, that is just simply because some people will always click on a text link versus a button. So there's no reason to decide, well, I don't know if I'm going to do a text link or a button. We've tested the text link, we've tested the button, and the clear winner far and above was always the text link and the button used together. So no matter whether you're programmed to click text links or programmed to click buttons, you're going to get twice the effect out of this if you stack one on the other. So I hope you're kind of getting the idea that this is an experience. The whole thing works together. It's not just about the button. The last thing are the credit card symbols. These have the least amount of difference in response. However, they did increase response by 3 to 5%, and I would say they're just it's a good idea to use them. You get the credibility. You get the credibility here from the credit card companies, and also it's just another way of letting people know that this is where you buy, this is where you pay, this is where you order. Okay, that's the thing. Excuse me. That's the thing that really makes the whole idea of the Belcher button area, the buy button area, work. It's letting people know this is where how many times have you been in a department store and you've walked around with a purchase in your hand for a long time but just didn't know where to go? Okay, you just didn't know where to go to. You couldn't find the cash register. A lot of times it's a problem in department stores. This lets people know, I mean, exactly where the cash register is. So this is one of the split tests that we run. We run a ton of split tests. If you're not split testing right now, you better get started, because the difference between winners and losers in marketing is split testing. And I just can't drive that in your head enough. If you're not split testing, start testing every single thing that you do. I've ran over 500, maybe even close to 1,000 split tests in my life. And a lot of times they're not going to show any real appreciable result. I found about 43 split tests that I've ever done in my life. Now I'm 44, I'm about to add another, is that always perform better. No matter what the product is, no matter what the website is, no matter what. And when you combine those together, you're picking up 5% here and 10% here and 20% there and 2% here. The combined effect of all those split tests and the results of what works the best, when you piece all that together, you can get a dramatic 2, 3, 4, 500% increase in your sales. So start split testing if you're not. Get on board, man. It's time to start split testing. Let's get your offers performing better. You can afford more traffic, and you can just become a big dog in the internet marketing business. And I know it's what everybody wants to do. You want to make more money and live a better life. So good luck to you. My name is Perry Belcher. I'm at perrybelcher.com. Just check it out.